Hey y'all, it's Tim Miller with the Bulwark, and I wanted to highlight an ad that the Biden campaign put out this week because I think that it encapsulates perfectly the kind of message that the campaign should be delivering this year if they want to pull back some of those voters that are the classic Obama-Trump voters, people that used to be Democrats, working class folks that moved over to Donald Trump. I think that some of them are gettable this year. They're ignored a lot of times by some on the left and some in the media that think that these are now Trump voters or MAGA and they're not gettable. I think some of them are gettable, and this ad is how Joe Biden and the Democrats are going to get some of them back. So let's watch together. Before we watch it, though, just a quick backstory on what this is. On Wednesday, Biden got an endorsement from the North America Building Trades Unions. It's a big union, has a lot of members, 250,000 members, for example, just in the battlegrounds of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Three absolutely key states, 250,000 people in these unions in those states, 3 million nationwide. The president that we are going to see in this ad, the president of the union, Sean McGarvey, endorsed Biden and is going to be appearing at events with him as well. So let's take a look at this ad together, and I'll explain why I think it's so powerful on the other side.
I can tell you that he personally committed to me that he was going to get our pensions fixed. He understood who was affected by these pensions. He assured me, I'm the President of the United States, I'll just call Mitch, I'll tell him to put it in the bill. Is everybody going to love me? Everybody loves me, right? Is everybody going to love me? Yes, Mr. President, you fix the pension, everybody's going to love you. Well, that was wasted breath. There was lots of other things put in that bill. There was tax cuts put in that bill for rich people. Donald Trump promised infrastructure every year.
Infrastructure is the easiest of all.
Donald Trump was not interested in any of the policy that actually goes along with being president of the United States. Trump was interested in the pomp and circumstance, the plane, the helicopter. It's all about him. Donald Trump is incapable of running anything, let alone the most powerful country in the history of the world. And God help us if he gets anywhere near that White House in the future.
All right, there's a couple things here. Number one, you're going to hear a lot from me about messenger. Our friends at Republican Voters Against Trump. I'm on the board there. I was political director last time. It's going this time. They're going to be running ads featuring former Republicans, naturally, or current Republicans, actually, in their own words, explaining why they're against Trump. These are much more compelling messengers than, people that feel like actors, DC types, politicians. Voters are tuning that stuff out. You need somebody that is credible with the audience, that when they see it coming across their screen, as they're scrolling through or deciding whether or not to skip the ad on YouTube, like whether or not they're going to listen to the person. Sean has the gravitas. He's a union president. He's legit. He's got the calluses, right? And so the messenger here is really good. The message that Joe Biden is getting actual stuff done that matters for people like them, and Donald Trump doesn't because he only cares about himself. Bingo. What is the example of it? This guy goes to a direct example. It's not just Pablo, it's not just talking points. Like anybody can say, oh, Donald Trump's a narcissist. Donald Trump only cares about himself. It's true. But people want to have like a story, something to grab onto. Like, what do you mean Donald Trump has hurt us, right? Like, I don't know. He seems like he's on our side. A lot of working class people feel that way. Well, here's a union guy saying, I spoke to Donald Trump. He promised me that he was going to deal with our pension problem when he was the president. There's pension shortages for union members. This is a big concern for people that, work grueling jobs that, you're not able to do in your old age, right? You want to make sure you have a secure pension if you're working, those kinds of blue collar jobs. This is a critical issue to them. It affects these people directly. And Sean is saying here, Trump told me to deal with that. He said he cared about us, but he didn't. He made a promise, he broke it, and instead, what did he do? He passed tax cuts for rich people. And that is just a prime contrast here. You can get that to these folks. Trump said he was going to look out for them. He said he was going to look out for the forgotten man. He pretends like he's on their side. But when push came to shove, when it was actually time for the president to actually push for a deal, to do an art of the deal with Congress, to try to get something that would make a difference in the lives of working class Americans, he didn't do it. He didn't really even try. He just let the Republicans in Congress passed through whatever tax cut they wanted. And that was mostly helping, white collar America. This is a real story. It's something that happened. It's something that a voter can share with a friend, and say, hey, look, this guy, you think he's for you, but he's not, right? Something you can share while you're having a beer as you're trying to decide what to do in the election. There are these swing voters out there. They voted for Barack Obama in 2012. Joe Biden can get them back. And this is the type of message to do it. And I think that, adding on top of that, some of the accoutrement, Trump just likes the fancy life. He just likes the high life. He's just a narcissist. You can build on this message. And I think also make a compelling case that 2024 Trump is different than 2016 Trump. I don't really believe that, but rhetorically he is, right? And so you can say these folks, look, in 2016 he said he was looking out for you. Maybe he did care about stuff back then, all right? But right now, just listen to him. What does he care about? Himself, staying out of jail, revenge, going after his enemies, avenging his loss, pretending like he really won. That's what he cares about, right? He doesn't care about you anymore. He doesn't care about the forgotten man. And Joe Biden, whatever your concerns are about the cultural left, Joe Biden is from Scranton. He's done the work. He did the infrastructure deal. He did the CHIPS deal. He's got these union leaders on his side, and he will pass legislation that works for working people if he gets reelected. Super compelling. Not me and Sean McGarvey, we're not going to agree on every policy, okay? Some of this stuff, some of this more liberal economic policy is not really for me. But as a political matter, just objectively looking at this is something that Democrats absolutely need to do, both on the presidential level, and I'm sure you're going to see a lot of this out of Sherrod Brown, for example, in the Ohio Senate race and in other races down ballot. So we're going to keep monitoring what's happening, the ads on both sides, because I think it says a lot about what the campaign strategy is, who they're trying to talk to, and if you don't live in a swing state, you're probably not seeing them. So we'll keep an eye on that for you and keep analyzing it, tell you what we think, and make sure you subscribe to this page. We'll be seeing you all again soon. Peace. Hey, if you like this video and our content, I'd love for you to become a Bulwark Plus member. You get bonus podcasts, you get bonus newsletters, you get bonus takes from me that maybe don't come up on the YouTube feed. You can try it out for free at thebulwark.com/free trial. The link is below in the description. We'd love to have you as a member of our community. We have great commenters and great opportunities for people who want to protect democracy.